What is going on? What is happening, everybody? We are back with another episode, another show for you guys, myself and Everything King, the one and only. So, we are glad to be back with y'all. Just want to go over a few things. It's been a minute, I think about a week since we last tapped in with y'all. So, per usual, we got to tap back in. Going to talk about a few things regarding the Pistons. Also, some things outside of the Pistons regarding the playoffs. Some things that King has coming up that I have coming up. But the focus is going to be Pistons related when it comes to trade targets and free agency and what the Pistons need to be looking at this offseason. So, without further ado, I want to introduce my partner in crime, my counterpart, the one and only King. What is going on with you, my man?
Man, what's going on? Feeling good, man. Talk some basketball. Playoffs have been exciting. It's a couple of surprises, man. You know, also a few things that us as Pistons fans need to be watching that's taking place.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So we are going to jump into it. We know it's a lot of stuff going on right now with the playoffs. We know y'all want to watch those games. I do too. So we can talk about those with y'all next week. So let's just kind of get into what we got, starting with the prized possession that many people want us to have either this offseason or the next offseason. That is Devin Booker. Now, there's been some news that Devin Booker, and it's funny because Stephen A. Smith actually had to go back and clarify this. Initially, the story was that Devin Booker reportedly was interested in going to the New York Knicks, right? I'd never heard that before. I'd never heard any link from him with him to the Knicks or anything like that as far as him wanting to go there. It was always Pistons for me. But later, Stephen A. Smith clarified it and said that Devin Booker apparently doesn't want out of Phoenix, but if he were to get moved, that would be the place that he would want to go. So Stephen A. Smith doing a little PR damage control, trying to clean up a statement, but it sounds like Devin Booker doesn't want out, according to what he was saying, but if he were to get traded somewhere, that would be his destination. But we all know D-Book want to come home. So what's your thoughts on that?
You know, the thing with Stephen A., man, Stephen has been caught in the past making elephant lies out of his behind. You know what I'm saying? So, I remember when KD checked him. I remember when James Harden checked him. Like, listen, man, you ain't talked to nobody in my camp about nothing. You didn't hear nothing. Right. And I think that's what this is. I think Stephen A. is just trying to put the idea out there and let it be heard to Devin Booker. Like, hey, you'll fit really nice on this New York team. You know what I'm saying? We already got a point guard over here doing this thing. So, right. I get it. I get it, but don't put false narratives out there. As far as with Devin Booker not wanting to leave, that's the professionalism in an NBA player. You're not gonna just flat out say, "Okay, I'm ready to leave," unless you somebody like Kevin Durant. You know what I'm saying? When D-Book saying that, you don't know what his real thoughts is. You don't know who, what team he wants to go to, or if he wants to go home with the Pistons. That'd be nice. Yeah. Play alongside of Cade Cunningham, man. And right the ship and, get on this wagon with the rest of the Detroit teams and bring the Pistons back to, where they supposed to be, man. So, downtown showed out during this draft. We show out for our teams. Our teams are good. We're going to do whatever we can for our team. We're going to show up and show out. And if we can get that Pistons team to start winning, man, obviously adding someone like Devin Booker and adding a few more veterans, that's actually going to help the squad, help Cade Cunningham. It's going to be big time.
Right. Absolutely, bro. And I honestly think that's another feather in the cap for another reason as to why Devin Booker would want to come play in Detroit is we saw the success that he had with our current coach, his former coach, Monty Williams at Phoenix, right? He led them from a bottom-feeding team, not even making the playoffs, right? Remember that when he hit that shot over PG in the bubble in Kawhi, both of them, and he fell and made a shot buzzer beater and all that. They weren't even in the playoffs that year. But the following year, with Monty Williams, they went to the finals. So he went from that to now playing with the coach with arguably more talent now, right, as far as star power, but they can't even get out of the first round. So I think it's pretty clear at this point that Frank Vogel is not the coach for this team the way it's currently constructed, right? It just doesn't work for Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant needs to be set up in certain spots on the floor. Once he gets to those spots, it's unguardable. But you still got to be able to get him there to those spots. And Frank Vogel is not really good at understanding how to do that. So my point being is that Frank Vogel, in my opinion, is not the coach for Phoenix Suns. And so from Devin Booker going for Monty Williams, somebody who was a great coach for him and the team, getting them to the finals, to going to a Frank Vogel who had just came from the finals with the Lakers and now coming here and not fitting, is another reason for me, for Devin Booker to look around and say, what am I still doing here? What are the reasons that I'm still here? You know what I'm saying? So we got to wait and see, but I think everything is kind of pointing to him possibly really wanting to strongly consider coming back home.
You know, my thing with Frank Vogel, man, what I think of him as a coach, he's more of an Eastern Conference style coach. You know, he's not a Western Conference style coach. He's a coach that's going to implement defense and play the right way. It's something that we see over here in the Eastern Conference. Kevin Durant, those guys over there, him, Bill, you know, those guys need an offensive-minded coach that's going to set them up for shots and put them in the best position to win. Those dudes are not going to go and try to play lockdown defense. It's not what's so for the Phoenix Suns to even bring him as a coach, to me, is an insult. So
it's crazy because their first choice was Tyronn Lue, but the Clippers wouldn't let him out of his deal. So this is the second time Frank Vogel has been the second fiddle coach to Tyronn Lue, because remember, Tyronn Lue, the Lakers wanted him before Frank Vogel was second fiddle. So once again, Frank Vogel was wanted because Tyronn Lue was not available to go to Phoenix. So the writing is on the wall as far as I'm concerned. Like you said, he doesn't fit the style of play. So unless you're going to bring in a roster that is going to fit that style of play, which means move Kevin Durant, you're not going to do that for a coach. I don't care if it's Pop. You're not going to move off for a franchise player for a coach's playing style if that guy is Kevin Durant. So if I'm Devin Booker, I'm looking around and I'm not seeing a recipe for success. And if he's trying to win a championship at age 27, right, the prime of his career, this is the time to at least start moving in that direction. Because right now, even though the Phoenix Suns may be in a better spot currently than we are, trajectory-wise, we're going the opposite way. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think it will make more sense for him to try to jump on the train while it's moving in that direction.
Yeah, man. Like I said, you know, it's just something for us to watch during these playoffs. Obviously, they're getting embarrassed by a very, very, vicious Timberwolves team. Led by my current favorite player overall in the NBA right now.
Wow.
Yeah, is Anthony Edwards. Overall.
Wow. Okay.
I have my favorite Pistons player, obviously, in Cade. But Cade, you know, once he gets to the team and once he, you know, gets to that next step of killing and closing games, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right now, Anthony Edwards is there. He's there. He's closing games. You heard him in the press conference say he just want to kill everybody on the court. That mentality does not come around often in players. There's a lot of nice players in this league. A lot of players don't have that mentality. You might have you got your Kobe's, you got your Jordans, your Larry Birds. You hear some guys like that, right? I want to kill everybody on the court. We can be friends afterwards, but on the court, you have to die. And that's how his game is played, man. And it's so fun to watch.
Bro, he has the total package. And I'm not just talking about on the court. I'm talking about marketability. So first of all, what do everybody think? When you think about guards in the Western Conference the last couple of years, who would you say was the young and upcoming guy that's going to be the face of the league?
Right.
Who was that guy before it was Anthony Edwards? It was another guy that wasn't able to keep his nose clean, that this league was supposed to belong to in a couple of years. That now, because of Anthony Edwards, is becoming an afterthought because of Anthony Edwards' ability to maintain that marketability off the court. That is the difference for me right now with why I think Anthony Edwards is stealing the league in the sense, or the face of the league title from Ja Morant. It's not because of him being more talented, but I think it's things like strapping up on defense, going at guys, motivating his teammates to play defense. He's taking Cat and Gobert to levels that they've never been at. Not because they couldn't get there. It wasn't required of them. Nobody was lighting a fire under them.
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards has a whole package, bro.
Yeah.
He really does. And I don't think I've ever seen a player ascend this fast to where he's across the board known as that guy. already across the board known as a foregone conclusion dream team, or not dream team, but Olympian. Like everybody has recognized very quickly how good this dude is.
Me being a 30-year-old man, I've seen it one time, and I was very young when I seen it. And it was this guy. His name was Michael Jeffrey Jordan. And when he was at this young stage of his career, he came into this league. He instantly turned into a killer. Like I said, it's these players don't come around too often. So I think NBA fans need to really appreciate what you're watching out there. Because to have that mentality at 22 right now, 22 years old, to do what he's doing to Kevin Durant, burying these guys, putting them in their grave,
man,
laughing and to tell Cat in the press conference, stop fucking fouling.
Bro.
Saying he's mature at the same time, which is crazy, dude.
Yeah, I know. He's so young. I've never seen Kevin Durant laugh off somebody taunting him like that before. Ever. First of all, most players are smart enough not to do that. Because they know what that's gonna mean. Anthony Edwards is not he's not even smart enough to know. He's too fearless to understand that's Kevin Durant. And even though that's his favorite guy. And number two, he has a game to back it up, bro. When I saw that game one, when he was, I'm here, and KD was just laughing at him, I was like, uh-oh, don't poke the bear now.
Right.
But it was no response. Like, it was almost like Kevin Durant knew, I mean, I can't really mess with this dude. Like, if I try, he knows he's going to keep coming and keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. So I've never seen ascension this quickly from a guy, because it wasn't like he had the hype of a LeBron James coming in or the hype of a Victor Wembanyama coming in. He had hype, number one pick, but it was more so like the Kate Cunningham type of number one pick hype, to where it was kind of overlooked a little bit. Like, he's going to be a really good player, and that's it. What else we got going on? Let's go back to our stars who already, you know what I mean? So I think based on the expectation, I've never seen this ascension this quickly. I just have not seen it. Maybe since, like you said, Jordan, because Jordan was the same kind of way. He wasn't touted as the guy to come save the league or anything, but he did.
Come out of nowhere, and like I say, to see that mentality early, you see the flashes, you see the comparison of the moves that he's developed. You know what I'm saying, over this last year. He's even rocking hoop earrings right now. That's
right.
Wow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think he got to himself.
Wasted. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
but the important thing is this next series. Yeah. This next series in the West is going to tell you ultimately who's going to be the NBA champion. Okay. So you want to jump to playoffs now? We can jump to playoffs now. Yeah, we can. Hey, let's do it. Okay, let's do it. First, really quickly, I want to get to some of these comments. Somebody posed a question. First of all, Marvin, I agree with this. I agree with that. That would have made the most sense. Tough nose, hard nose, defensive team. Great point there for sure. But someone asked a question, and I kind of want to just ask this as an aside. Who do you think is going to get more championships between Luka Doncic and I already know what your answer is going to be, but don't just base it on the player. Base it on a situation too. You know what I'm saying? Look at his team. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They got guys on that team that also play defense. Right. You also got bigs on that team that not only play defense but that can shoot the ball at a alarmingly high rate. You know what I'm saying? So Cat was in the 3-point contest, you know what I'm saying, and was doing this thing, right? So but you look at the way that roster is built. Yeah, I would say Anthony Edwards has the edge there, because with Luka and Kyrie's doing some amazing things right now, but Luka's not going to ever play defense. Let's just get that through our heads right now. He's never going to do that. He's so talented that I think is going to hinder him on the defensive end. He doesn't want to. He's just, man, let's just be honest. He's a lazy superstar. It's what he is. He doesn't want to play. Yeah. He doesn't want to get in the trenches. Right. Yeah. Strap up. It's his talent. Share. Yeah. Yes, it's talent, man. So, like I said, I don't know if the Mavericks are going to build the correct roster that's going to take them to the next level. That's the thing with Luka. So, if you're going to have a player that's offensive minded, that's going to score the ball, hell, even look for teammates, fine. But that has to be the right roster in order for that to work.
Right.
Anthony Edwards is going to kill you on the offensive end and the defensive end. He's going to find teammates. He's going to inspire his teammates.
There you go.
To get the best out of his teammates.
Yeah.
So, like I said, when you see those traits, like I was talking about with a Kobe or Jordan-esque type of player, they're going to get the max out of their teammates. And if you're a player that can't handle it, you're going to be out the door.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They always talk about what type of teammates Kobe and Michael Jordan were. They were like there for a reason. They wanted the best out of you, and they expect the best out of you.
Right.
If he's going to do all the jaw jacking and all the taunting and everything, listen, y'all got to be there to back him up. Mm-hmm. So he will let you know about it, and I love that about him as a young player. But Luka, it's a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? It's just all talent with Luka. I just feel like they need to build a correct roster around him for him to have a chance to get winning some championships, because Joker ain't going nowhere. So him and Murray, they ain't going nowhere. That team is success.
That's kind of where I was going, because I honestly don't have an answer. To me, it's not like I think Luka's going to get 3 and Ant-Man's going to get 4. I'm looking at the West and I'm like, maybe they both get 1, if we're being honest, because like you mentioned, we have a dynasty in the making right now with the Nuggets. And I've been saying this since the bubble. They are coming. Yeah. They are coming, and here they are, full blown. But not only them, you got Victor Wembanyama, who already is like, look, man, I need a team to win. I'm not playing around. I want to be the best ever. I know what needs to happen early in my career to get to that level. What we doing?
Yeah.
Already. You know what I'm saying? So, and there's going to be guys who want to go play with him. You know that for a fact. They see what he's done. They see that he's made that jump to the NBA, transition smoothly, better than anybody thought. You know what I'm saying? Even his supporters. And they're like, yeah, I want to go play with that guy. I don't want to play him every year. So I'm telling you, I don't know how many these two guys are going to get, not because of their talent, but because of what the West looks like. It's going to be hard for anybody other than those two teams down the road to get to the finals and to get a championship. So I don't know, man. It's going to be tough.
We're in a good time in the league right now where franchises and general managers are being put to the test.
Yeah. We
build teams now. It's not, the hop, skipping, and jumping and a bunch of the stars jumping on this team together and that team together.
Yeah.
We're back to get the young players, build the team, build the roster, and do it organically. Right. That's what we're seeing the product of right now. And that's a good sighting, man. It's a really good sighting because, like I said, it levels out the league. You look at the Western Conference, man. You look up and down the Western Conference, you're like, this team is number 1. This team is 3. This team is that. Right. So it's leveling out the league. It's settling the league, back where it needs to be. And you look at teams like the Timberwolves, OKC, some of these younger teams that's being built and they're growing together. That's organic, and that's what I want from the Pistons team. You know what I'm saying? I want us to grow organically and add the right pieces, the right veterans to go with these young guys to raise them. We talked about that last show. Not only just having veterans, but having the right ones. You got veteran shooters, but you also have veteran players who play the game and close the game, that know how to give the game. Mm-hmm. They're the type of players that the Pistons need.
That boy's spitting. That's 100% correct. I agree wholeheartedly with that, bro. Yeah. Question. This is interesting. How much would, and then we'll get to the playoff stuff. I know that people want to get to that too. I think that would be, come on, man. Like,
that's obvious.
Look at Rudy Gobert. Yeah. That's my case. That's all I gotta say. Look at what he's done for him. Period. Yeah. Yeah. You got an all-star, period. Ready-made all-star, if you got that, along with other parts to go around, obviously, right? Because we said the same thing with Cade. He has Cade. So if you have other guys around him, then, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, I'm still sick over this. If Cade didn't, if I wasn't a Piston fan and I saw Cade playing for the Pistons, I would say, man, Cade would be fired with Wemby in San Antonio. Yeah. The same way I was hoping he was gonna come here and play with us. That would have been amazing to have him here.
When it comes to Cade, and I'm gonna keep it 100.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to Cade, I don't even think it matters who we play with. I think it make anybody better. When it comes to Cade, I want Cade to turn into the villain. I want Cade to go out on the court and say, "Look here, you mother! I'm finna kill everybody on your team. Who checking me tonight?
Right.
Oh yeah, you getting 50 tonight."
Barbecue chicken.
That type of mentality, you know what I'm saying? And he's humble. He's such a humble kid, man. You know what I'm saying?
You know what though? I'm with you. I honestly think he has that, bro. I think he definitely. I've seen it in college.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
He's being nice to some of his teammates that he need to be chewing out.
That's the key. But like as far as with like other, like you see Ant-Man going at KD, like if you go into a street fight against 5 dudes and you by yourself, I don't care if you're Bruce Lee, it's still not a good idea. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think K, like, I need my dogs with me. If I'm gonna do that, y'all with me? I don't want to have to turn and look to see if I want to know. I already want to know y'all there, and we here. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna do that until he knows that.
Right.
We talked about it last week. If Ant-Man was playing here and K was playing there, I bet you K be doing that there. I bet you Ant-Man wouldn't be doing that here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's situation. K is here. He's just not gonna do it, not knowing and making himself look silly because he doesn't have the team and the dogs around him that he needs to go and back it up. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of why I think he hasn't done that yet, and I can't wait. It's gonna happen, bro. I'm telling you, we're gonna see that. We're gonna see that.
Yeah, man. Gotta be like I said, you love your brothers. You know what I'm saying? Y'all incorporate it as a team. Y'all brothers, I get it, but you gotta light the fire up under their ass. You know, you're the leader of the team. You gotta be vocal at times when you need to be vocal.
I agree.
You gotta say, hey, listen, man. You know, I'm giving everything I got. It's too many games that I've seen where Cade gave everything he had, and guys didn't match that energy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when I'm in the press conference or we in the locker room, you're going to hear it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Simple and plain, whether you want to call me a bad teammate or not. But like I said, you had two of the greatest players of all time that had that mentality. You have LeBron James, who has that mentality. He was letting them Lakers know when they wasn't, you know what I'm saying? So you have to have that mentality. You can't be humble, love your teammates, be a nice guy when it's needed. But when it comes to this game in this court, I'm a killer, and I need killers with me. You know,
that's what I do agree with.
Yeah.
When it comes to your teammates, I'm 100%. I can't even refute that part of it because it's like, okay, you might not do well good when you're playing against other teams because you're not confident. But when it comes to your own teammates, you're the guy.
Yeah.
So I totally agree. I don't think this is the case. I don't think he doesn't have the full leadership. Because think about, you mentioned LeBron, right? Mm-hmm. LeBron was not always that guy that we see now.
Right.
As far as on many accounts, when it comes to having the clutch gene that many thought he didn't have, they thought the lights were too bright. You know, we saw Dallas and all that. He developed it. As far as his teammates, I know early in his career, from a very early point in his career, he didn't like it when people were upset with him or when people were mad at him. He wanted everybody to like him.
Yeah.
But he saw what happened as a result. They liked him. His teammates loved him. But guess what? He didn't love his teammates because they weren't winning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until he got to a point to understand, I may not be likable, but I'll be respected. And then they'll like me after we win.
You played perfectly into what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
Because if his teammates don't come and meet those standards that we were just talking about, if they don't develop some type of dog and camaraderie together and say, hey, listen, we hold each other accountable, it's going to be the same situation where you're seeing a LeBron James walk away.
Right.
We're going to lose Cade. That's what I fear the most.
I've been saying that we both been saying it for a long time, bro. We can't just expect him to stay here forever, bro. He's not from here. I know he's going to embrace being here as long as he is here, but he's not from here. He's not going to have that extra push to want to stay because he's from it. No, he's not. So what's going to give him that extra push to want to stay is a winning situation. Yep. He's a winning player. So we have to do our part, man. So I'm with this. Right?
Yeah.
I'm with that. I'm with that. You ain't got to embarrass your teammates, but you. And this is what I have been thinking about the last few weeks. I haven't said anything about it because I was like, is this okay? So one guy comes to mind for me when it comes to that, simply that, as far as chewing guys out, as far as lighting that fire, as far as teaching guys how to lead. We talked about the free agent class this year and how terrible it is.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he actually, I didn't check. Forgive me for not checking. But this name has been thrown around quite a bit. But now I'm thinking about it now that we have to spend the cap every year now. So even if it's just for 1 year, right? We talked about Tobias Harris, etc. Draymond Green. If you can get Draymond Green to come here, not to be a star, right? Nothing like that. Not to be too much of a disruption, but to teach these guys how to win, teach these guys how to lead, teach these guys a work ethic, a winning mentality. That's it. That's literally it. A top-notch, high-end locker room guy on steroids as far as talent.
And most of all, bring that dog out of you. The full dog, the whole dog. You know, we so quick to call somebody a dog because they got some game.
Right.
But when we get to talk about that real dog,
right,
those are the Anthony Edwards and, you know, those type of players. You know what I'm saying? The kill players, the Mambas, the Black Jesuses. That's what we talk about. You know what I'm saying? So,
and that's it. That's the only reason why I'm saying that is because we know Draymond, he's on the decline as far as his talent at this point in his career.
Oh yeah,
and he's probably looking for one more big payday. We have the cap space to give it. I'm not saying give him a 3-4 year deal.
No,
but give him something temporary to where guys can learn from him, and give him something to where he can make the money he's looking for in the next couple of years. He's not going to get that long-term contract anymore. So to me, it will just make sense for a short-term deal to get guys kind of grown up a little bit from a guy who has won, from a guy who's from the state, right? Who understands what we're about. He grew up with the bad boys. He grew up with the going to work guys. He can kind of reinforce what some of them guys may have been saying in that locker room. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of good that can actually come from something like that. So that's just my thought. I wouldn't be opposed to that. We got how young we are, a bunch of teenagers. You need some direction and guidance from guys who have won. You don't really have it right now.
There's names out there. Like I said, you got your Tobias Harris's. I've seen Bridges again. There's veterans out there, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, can come in here and help these young guys, you know, get to that level where they need to be at, man. Because, like I said, we need the dog, man. We need the dog mentality. You know, we can't just be acceptable to what we've been seeing. You know what I'm saying? That has to hurt you to the core to where the next time you go out on the court, you're trying to kill every opponent on the basketball court. That has to hit you mentally and deep when you lose games and get embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, let's just have this losing season on to the next one. Nah, bro. Right. It's time to right the ship. You know what I'm saying? It's time to right the ship. So, like I said, it with the Pistons situation, obviously, free agency is not the greatest, but there's a few out there that you could bring in here. I think the trade game is where they're going to get their money at. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, what you trade and who you trade is going to be very important. You know, a little bug out there said that Troy Weaver have an opportunity to do him.
Yep.
Go around. So we'll see how that actually happens without pulling strings and orchestrating and hanging him out to dry.
Right.
So, we'll see how that goes. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it goes well, because if it doesn't, most likely that's his job. So,
and if it does, it will be something that really could be a moment for him to where he kind of gets his just due, because he's been hearing a lot of flack. About making the wrong decisions, and he hasn't been perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I'd be the first to say that, right? Yeah. But I think there are levels to it, and the level of criticism that he's gotten because of the decisions that have been made, because of, like you just said, haven't been all in his control. If he now has the recognition of being able to publicly make decisions on his own, and then we see changes being made that make the team drastically better, we gotta acknowledge that. You got to acknowledge that. You know what I'm saying? Now, if he gets the opportunity and we continue to go in the wrong direction, we got to acknowledge that too. You know what I'm saying? But either way, you got to be fair. If he's given this opportunity to say, okay, this is what he can do when he's given this chance. I think that's the only fair way to kind of go about it with him.
Yeah, man. That's just what it is. So, like I said, currently, man, in this situation, I just want to see that next level from the young guys we got. So we got to go out there and we got to add the veterans we need, because you're looking at these playoff teams and the way that some of these young teams that's built that are in the playoffs. Man, I know the Pistons can definitely get there. We have the talent. We just have to have the right pieces to go with it. Right. You know what I'm saying, to get there. And not only that, the mentality. Hopefully that Monty's been here long enough to actually care. You know what I'm saying, next season to try to get this thing on the right ship, because like I said, the way it all started, I just didn't like the way it started. So hopefully we can get a little bit more out of the coaching staff also to try to push this team to start winning some basketball games, because the playoffs it's been something, man.
Yeah, it really has, man. Yo, shout out to our dog AB. Appreciate you, dog. Hey, y'all go follow him, bro. Ashton the trainer, go follow him everywhere. Got us Kate Cunningham's cousin, for anybody who don't know by now. Y'all should probably all know him by now. But go follow him on Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. You can go find him. Go follow him. Good dude, man. So somebody said, are the Celtics frauds? You know what, bro? Like, I told you this before. I never had confidence in the Celtics.
Me neither.
And I want to make sure I'm clear. Jason Tatum is one of the most talented players in the game, hands down. But something is missing to me. I don't know what it is. I don't want to say it's that dog. That's lazy. I don't want to say that. But something is missing when it comes to that moment and the instinct of seizing that moment when it's there. It's almost like, you ever seen Paul Blart Mall Cop with Kevin James?
Yeah.
Remember when they were held hostage and he had that hot sauce and he threw it in my man's eye, and he was just like, and they were like, okay, do something now, tackle him, do something. And the moment passed and my man recovered, and they were like, you didn't do anything. It kind of feels like he can get you there, but when it's time for that moment, I don't feel he has what it takes to capitalize. And I saw it when they played the Warriors. They were a better team than the Warriors. They were a better team, but the Warriors were the more experienced team, and they knew how to seize that moment when it was there. So man. I don't think, I hate to say it, I don't think JT is ever going to get a ring as the guy. As talented as he is, I just don't think he's gonna. Whoa, hold on. You can't do stuff like that to us. But we were just talking about D-Book.
About that at the top of the show.
So Stephen A. Smith talking about he wants to go possibly to the Knicks.
Bro.
And then they clarified and said he don't want to leave Phoenix, but if he does get traded from Phoenix, the Knicks is where he want to go. I ain't never seen him wearing no New York Knicks gear. I don't know about you. I don't ever see no orange and blue skies on him. I see that Detroit D. I see blue and white. I see red, white, and blue. I see red and white. I see Detroit colors. So I don't know what Stephen A. on. I don't know what he on.
Listen, man, I like I said, we said at the top of the show, players like that, you gotta move heaven to earth to try to get here. If you're the Pistons, get them here, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That solves a lot of the issues. That solves a lot of what we was just talking about.
Yeah.
Get him in. That's the type of guy that you need to bring in here and put next to Cade. You know what I'm saying? But not only next to Cade, but all of these young guys.
All the young guys. Yeah.
They need a guy. They need the example in front of them, somebody who actually is doing it. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what, bro? I was thinking about this the other day. Having a guy like Booker, I think will help bridge the gap for a lot of these young guys when it comes to how Monty Williams likes to coach. It's probably, think about Jaden Ivey. If, let's just say there's a Booker trade, and let's say somehow a guy like Ivey is still here. We know there was a lot of disconnect between Jaden Ivey and Monty Williams this year.
Right.
Having a guy like D-Book pull him aside, listen, bro, this is what he's really trying to say. Don't get flustered by this and that. I know that didn't make sense, but here's what he's trying to say. This is his point. I went through the same thing when I was in my first season with him. But my vet told me this. You see what I'm saying? Like having a guy like Booker who played for him and was able to have success playing for him to bridge that gap for these young guys who maybe are still trying to find their way when it comes to Monty will go a long way, bro. Long way.
Long way, man. And, like I said, man, we just sat up here. We just talked about the T-Wolves, but, man, it's just that we're that move away. You know what I'm saying? That move, that those one or two guys that can just change this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think that's where we have to move heaven and earth to do that. We just have the money just sitting. It's time to use it, bro.
It's time, bro.
It's time to use that money. You know what I'm saying? So, as far as the playoffs go,
let's go to our bracket. You know what I'm saying? Because I think somebody on the stream or somebody lost a bet.
Not yet. Well, I did lose one.
We lost one.
One half.
If you somehow win the other half, then we even. But I'm looking at. I already got 2 hats on Pistons 3-1-3 shot that I'm ready for you to go get me. Man. So we gonna see. Okay, let's go to the bracket. Let's start with we're gonna start in the East. All right. Okay. So Celtics Heat. I believe we both chose the Heat. I'm sorry, the Celtics. The Celtics in that series. All right. We chose the Celtics. I chose them in 5. I believe you chose them in how many?
6.
6. Okay. So it's 3-1 right now. So they could go. It could end in 5 or 6, depending on how the Heat respond. All right. Then we have Cavs Magic. I had the Cavs in 6. What did you have?
I had the Cavs too, but I'm not sure. I think I had 7 games, if I'm not mistaken.
We both had the Cavs.
Yeah.
We both had the Cavs. So it's tied 2-2 right now. So that could go 6 or 7. I think the Cavs are going to win that one.
Yeah.
Celtics obviously going to win that series. Bucks Pacers, and this is where it gets interesting. Because this is unfortunate. Well, it's interesting because a lot of guys are saying, first of all, I picked the Bucks to go back to the finals this year. At the beginning of the season, my pick was Nuggets Bucks. And it's just been a terrible year between Adrian Griffin being let go and bringing in Damian Lillard, and then Giannis's Achilles, and then Damian Lillard's in. It's just like, oh my, it just can't get healthy, man.
I think we picked the Bucks with Dame and Giannis.
Yes.
Because without obviously
ain't got a chance. So my bracket is kind of busted when it comes to that because they can't stay healthy. So I'm probably gonna be wrong on that account. I got the Pacers closing the series out probably in the next game.
Yeah.
Probably in 5.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah. Yep. So then we have Knicks, Sixers. And this was an interesting one. Who did you pick for this one? Who did you pick for this series?
I picked the Knicks, bro.
You picked the Knicks?
Yeah, I hate the Sixers. I know for sure I ain't picked the Sixers. I hate the Sixers.
Okay, so you're not a Sixers fan. I chose the Knicks or the Sixers, but that was with Joel Embiid. Once again, that was with a healthy Joel Embiid. Right. And he's got Bell's palsy. But prayers up for Joel Embiid, man, because Bell's palsy, a lot of time is not a stroke, but it disables you from using one side of your face. Not even just your eye, but the side of your face.
Yeah.
So it's like a minimum, less severe version of a stroke in a sense. I don't know all the details, but hopefully he's okay, man. Like when it comes to that, I don't care about basketball, bro. Get healthy. Like, take care of that first. But yeah, they're probably gonna lose that series. I got the Knicks winning that one. The Knicks may actually get to the finals now, the way it's looking with the Bucks and Celtics with Zinger, Achilles, and all that. Okay, so let's go to the West. Thunder Pels. We both had the Thunder. I don't think I had a sweep, but I had them winning that series. No Zion. I believe you did too.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, Zion.
Yeah. Okay. That's look strong, man. They look strong.
Ingram too, so I need them to lose.
Yeah. We can talk about him too, because Ingram is a guy that a lot of people, Pistons fans, have on their radar right now. So yeah, for sure. Then we have Clippers Mavs. That's what I'm going to win the other half of my bets. That series is tied at 2 with a 3-game series remaining at this point. So guys, King, we made a double nothing bet. It started as one bet. Lakers, Nuggets. He told me the Lakers were going to get swept again. And they almost did. But LeBron wasn't going out like that for a second year in a row. They got one game.
It wasn't LeBron.
But look, they should have, bro. Every game was they should have won a couple of those games. Up 20, up 15. Hey,
good teams play with their food, man.
You're right. No, you're right. You're right. So yeah. So next team. I got the Mavs winning this in 7. By the way, on the road. I got the Clippers in 7.
All right.
And what do you have? How many games?
I had the Clippers in 7.
In 7? Okay.
Yep.
On the home court? Okay. All right.
Now, let's get this straight. I mentioned on that stream, I said I both of these teams I don't like. I don't like neither one of these teams.
Right. Yeah.
But Clippers in 7.
Clippers in 7. Okay. I got you. Timberwolves, Suns. And we both picked the T-Wolves. I believe we both picked the T-Wolves here. I don't think either was expected it to be like this, in this fashion.
Yeah.
Just straight domination. You got Bradley Beal looking lost, trying to guard Anthony Edwards.
Hey, man, Mike ain't ready to beat the Celtics yet. You know what I'm saying? This series that we about to watch, I don't think Mike is ready to beat the Celtics. Right now, the Denver Nuggets are the Celtics right now. You know what I'm saying? They're that team that's built from end to end that you got to go up against and deal with.
Yeah.
And right now, Mike is the young pup. He flashing, he killing people, but I don't think he's ready to beat the Celtics yet.
Yeah, I think he's a year ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
That's what I've been saying all year. Last year, when they played Denver, they gave Denver a problem. Last year, but they were young. It was 5-game series, but it was a good series. And I felt this year, they were a year ahead of schedule to get further than last year, but they were a year ahead of schedule going against the Nuggets. So I feel whoever wins this series is probably going to win the chip.
Same.
That's how much I respect the T-Wolves.
That's how obsolete the East is to me.
Yes. Especially now with Zinger, with the Achilles, and Boston haven't proven anything in the finals. So yeah, got that. We'll keep an eye on that series. And then we have Nuggets, Lakers. We both picked the Lakers, obviously, to lose that series. But I won the bet, so So
you squeaked by. Okay, whatever.
It wasn't a squeak. It was double-digit win. Don't do that.
Just one game.
That's all I need. You made the bet.
Sorry.
All right, cool. So the semis now. This is where it gets interesting because now we have the Thunder versus. Let's see, who do the Thunder play now? Because how does this work? The Thunder play either the Clippers or the Mavericks, right? Okay. So you have the Clippers basically playing the Thunder. Who do you have winning that series?
I'll probably have to go with the Thunder, man. Like, to me, the Clippers and the Mavs, both frauds. You know what I'm saying? And right now, OKC is that young team that's riding that streak.
Right.
I think they could get past a Clippers team if the Clippers won.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yeah,
I agree with that. So you think the Thunder are better than the Mavs? Is basically what you're saying.
The Mavs have, like I say, we talked about, they have Kyrie, they got Luka. Some of these teams are just built better and more deeper.
I kind of agree with you.
Yeah, they just built better and deeper. I just feel like their roster is incomplete.
Yeah, Dallas is top heavy. They're top heavy. They're not a balanced team. They're really good up top, but when you get the playoffs, yeah. Okay, so you got the Thunder beating the Clips. Okay. Then you got T-Wolves Nuggets. Who do you got there?
The Nuggets, man. Like I said, I love Ant-Man, but bro, they're the kings of the NBA right now. I clicked on this comment, Deuce, because you would pass out.
Oh, is he talking about the Pistons? Oh, come on, bro. I'm already working on a Bronny James to the Pistons theme song. I'm just playing. No, I'm not doing that for sure.
Your whole background will be Pistons LeBron James jerseys and gear. That's how wide you would be.
Hey, you're probably right. You're probably right, bro. Yeah, I mean, if that happened, Yeah, I'll probably get courtside season tickets.
And I probably put my sunglasses on, grab my little man purse, and walk out.
That's real funny. Yeah, okay. Going somewhere else.
I got to cheer. Minnesota. No, I don't hate him that much, man. But
I mean, you know what? All the things we talked about Draymond Green doing, he would do times 10.
Right.
As far as bringing that mentality, it's a winning mentality. Take a lot of pressure off. These guys can learn how to win. You know, I mean, I would love it. Our team would be better. We'd probably be a playoff team the following season. You know,
that's interesting, Corday.
Okay, so why? I'm curious. Why the Wolves over Denver, Corday? Let me know what you're thinking. As far as I'm not mad at it. I want to hear different perspectives because this could be a pick'em series. I'm giving Denver the edge because they're obviously they're the champion. You got to dethrone the champ, right? And they got the three-time MVP, generational guy. So I'm gonna go with Denver. They have the camaraderie. They play together. They won together, right? They've lost together and won together. So I'm gonna give it to Denver. Now next season, different story. Season, different story. But this season, I think Denver is they're in their moment right now. I think it's their time right now.
I'm glad you made this comment, MB Well. Listen, that is talented. He's talented, you know what I'm saying? But I think y'all gonna learn as we get deeper into these playoffs. Against certain types of centers in this league, it's going to be very tough for him. Bro, y'all haven't seen it yet, but you're about to see it. You're about to find out. You're going to fuck around and find out.
Bro,
listen, yeah.
I see what you did. That's funny. Dog pound. But it's we're already seeing it. We saw it against the Pelicans, even though the Pelicans got swept. Did you see what Jonas Valanciunas was doing to him?
Yeah.
Big body, big boy, small, itty bitty. So that ain't changing. Even though they got swept, he better either put on some weight or they better go get a Jonas Valanciunas type of guy to play center and let him play the Anthony Davis power forward type of role more so than trying to play center.
Right. You see what Joker did to Anthony Davis. What you think you're gonna do to Chet, bro?
The same thing that Jonas did to Chet. Yep.
Listen, I say it all the time. You know, the stats in the regular season, that's for fans.
Yeah.
But when you're a basketball head and you hit the playoffs, you already know it's a different story.
Yep.
You get to certain points of the playoffs, there's teams that have what you don't want. Yeah. And Denver is that team that I'm probably sure Chet wants no parts of Joker.
Man,
at all.
No.
At all.
No. Absolutely not. That would be that.
He will average a triple-double, a 40-point triple-double.
Man, he might get 30, 30, and 10. Like, for real, like, I can see it. He will feast. Did you see what he did to Rudy Gobert? The 3-time defensive player of the year? Putting up 40 balls against Gobert. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this, it's interesting. I think, like, would he be doing this against guys in different eras? Would he be doing this to a Ben Wallace? Probably not. But he would be giving guys work because he's so big and he just leans on you.
It ain't even just that. The biggest part of Joker's game is here.
Yeah,
that's the biggest part of his game. Joker is the biggest and most fundamental player I've ever seen in my life. He literally is just out there playing fundamental basketball. He's not a freak athletically. He's not, it's just basic stuff that you should be doing. His IQ is just higher than a lot of these guys. Yeah. A lot of things don't have a high IQ, man. His IQ is very high. He has the IQ of a point guard. Yes. As a big body.
I'm telling you, man, it's not a lot of guys where I see outthink LeBron on the basketball court. And LeBron is my goal.
Yeah.
But a lot of times I see him on the same level or thinking of one step ahead of him. I'll go back and watch plays and I'll see he tricked him. see, you know what I'm saying? I see it. So it's just like, man, I think we're witnessing. I think when it's all said and done, he's going to be a top 10 player ever.
Now, the question, though, as far as the old school,
talk to me.
A lot of the old school bigs back then also had some good IQ. You look at, players like Tim Duncan and them, you know what I'm saying? They had high IQ also. Right. That's Tim Duncan was called the big fundamental for a reason, right?
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? So you see in Joker.
I'm going to say something.
Go ahead. I say you see in Joker, but it's not nothing that we ain't never seen before. It's just not. He's just in a league of his own because guess what the league did? This.
Yeah.
It started shrinking and everybody wants to go small. And now you got skinny guys coming in here and everything. He's in a league of his own right now. Him and Embiid are in a tier of their own because the only player I've seen that give Joker issues was Embiid.
Embiid and Dwight Howard.
And that's because of strength.
Because of strength, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this.
Who he came from?
You mentioned Tim Duncan. I think Joker's better. I think Joker is better than Tim Duncan because there's nothing that Tim Duncan does that Joker cannot do.
But here's the thing:
there's nothing he can do.
Joker's team is different than Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan didn't have to do everything that Joker did. They didn't run the offense through Tim Duncan.
That's kind of my point, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Different situations.
Yeah.
But you see Tim Duncan make passes. You see Tim Duncan use fundamentals.
Yeah, for sure.
You hear Kevin Garnett, Shaq, and all these guys talk about how Tim Duncan outsmarted them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And just pat him on the butt and just say something soft to him.
I will say this. Duncan was a better defender by far. He was a better defender by far. I will say that. Joker is a big body defender. He's not a skilled defender. He's a big body. It's a difference.
And then, like I said, the talent he's facing that big ain't the same.
Right.
He had to deal with Kevin Garnett, Shaq, Rasheed Wallace. It was just big after big after big. Joker and Embiid are in the league of their own. You know, some other sizey guys is guys like Gobert and, rebound and block shot guys. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's different. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm gonna say it to you again, Corday. I don't know. I don't know how old you are, but for somebody as my age that actually watch these dudes play, listen, Joker's taking advantage of the league that he's in right now. I'll say that.
He is
something I've not seen before.
Right. Well, I'll say this. Because there are things that Joker can do though that those guys can't do too. Those guys can't. Joker as a center is a better shooter than most best shooters on other teams, regardless of position.
But see, this is where I get aggravated with the eras because those guys weren't asked to do that.
That's true.
He is, you know what I'm saying? And then also there was bigs back then that were able to shoot, that could shoot really well, but their teams didn't want them taking that many shots. Coaches literally, Rasheed Wallace, for example.
That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying?
There were,
but coaches be like, listen, I need you to only take 2 shots a game. Bro.
Right. You're right. The era did dictate a lot of that. But there were guys who were big who just couldn't shoot, period. Regardless of it being a 2-point era. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had your Arvydas Sabonis's. Right. You had your Vlade Divac's who could step out and shoot, you know what I'm saying? Who could shoot the ball. And then you had guys like Robert Parrish who wasn't going nowhere near the 3-point line. Right. Guys like Mutombo who wasn't going nowhere near, you know what I'm saying? So I think part of it is, like you said, the era we played in and what was encouraged, but also part of it is just the natural ability of either I can or I can't. Right. The Joker just can't.
Yeah, you know Joker, like I say, I'm pretty sure Joker practices every day shooting those shots. Right. Those bigs that we named, those dudes weren't practicing that. They was practicing being bigs.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's why I have to cut the limit off with it because it's like they never practice for it. You know what I'm saying? So
it's hard to know if they would have been able to put that together or not.
Right.
You're right. That's a very good point. So it's hard to say. I just wish we could have seen it. I would have loved to see him going up against KG.
I'd love to see Rasheed Wallace in this era.
Rasheed, yeah, he would be amazing.
Unstoppable in the box, but he could shoot the 3. You know what I'm saying? If he was required to shoot the 3, oh my God.
Right. If he was in the 6-7 a game.
terrorize you at the 3-point line and on the box. That's wild, bro. And he played defense.
I was about to say, and he plays defense. Super athletic, dog mentality.
Yep.
Yes, yeah.
Y'all need to, for some of the younger guys on here, y'all really need to go and look at some of them Portland games with Rasheed, bro.
Oh my God. Yeah. Before Detroit. Because when he got to Detroit, he was at the end of his prime.
Yeah.
He was a little heavier, right? He wasn't back. He was a little heavier.
Yep.
He wasn't quite as athletic. He was a little smarter, but Portland, he was every bit of Kevin Garnett.
He was for a reason.
Yes.
And I think when it comes to Sheed, for the younger crowd, the only thing they think about is the technical fouls and all that.
Right.
Everything else. Nah, bro. She had game.
Yeah. Yeah. Question. And then we'll move on. Jamal Murray may never make an All-Star game.
Clutch.
But will go down as a Hall of Famer.
Yes. I say this all the time.
What in the world is that about?
All the time. The All-Star game to me is a farce.
Yeah.
Being an All-Star means nothing in the NBA. Like being a Pro Bowler in the NBA, NFL.
NFL, yeah.
Making All NBA, making All Pro in those two leagues, that's what stands.
Right.
That's what stands out.
I'm all right saying Brown.
And affairs.
I'm all right saying Brown.
Yeah.
Didn't make the Pro Bowl, was an All Pro.
Yep.
Make it make sense. It's less spots.
It's all fan made crap, bro. It's for the fans.
Yeah. Bro, I'm so watching that Lakers series for me with the Nuggets is so hard because those are my two favorite teams out west. You know what I'm saying? So seeing them in the first round, it's like, come on, man, it's too early for y'all to be going at it. So it was hard for me to watch. But watching Jamal Murray get busy, bro, picking up right where he left off from the bubble. I was talking about this last year, how I feel K can have the same type of trajectory as far as getting injured, being forgotten about, and then coming back and then taking off. I still feel that way. And Jamal Murray is showing even more so that can be what happens for Cade Cunningham. This boy, I call him baby Kyrie. They play similar games. If you watch how they play, from a technical standpoint, the jumper looks identical. The ball handling is very similar. They got the ball on the string. They're both great at pick and roll. Midi game is crazy. Both can shoot the lights out. They are very similar players, man. And so it's so crazy that he just keeps getting overlooked, bro. He has 2 game winners against LeBron in the same series.
Man.
When does that happen before? The boy and he's doing it with ease, bro. He's doing it with ease. He's not fazed by anything. Dunking on Bron,
it's players like
flex,
right. That's it. Players like him is who I appreciate more because we live in a league now where it's about eye-popping stats all the time.
Right.
You're paying attention to this player beating the hell out of people in clutch moments, winning games that actually matter.
Right.
Doing things that actually matter.
Right.
When it's time to lock down and lock in, man. So players like him, I appreciate, bro. I appreciate players like that a lot. But they just will never be put to that forefront. As far as media goes and advertisement and everything else, they just won't. Right. And it sucks. Right. But that's what it is. We got to understand, the NBA is a business and they always want to sell you a product. Right. And that's why I say a lot of the all-star crap and everything else, they sell you your superstars. Right. Believe who a star is and who's not, instead of you actually paying attention to the game.
Exactly. And bro, this is exactly what I was about to say. That's why I'm a fan of Jamal Murray. He reminds me of Chauncey, bro. The same thing happened to Chauncey. Chauncey had never been to an All-Star game, but was Finals MVP. And then here come the bandwagoners. How are you never an All-Star, but you're the Finals MVP of your team? You win the championship and you're the Finals MVP. How does that happen? It's the same thing with Murray, bro. Now, he didn't win Finals MVP, but he should have been an All-Star for sure. Yeah. And I think after this season, he will be.
Like I said, Chauncey, he won the he was the playoff MVP, obviously.
Right.
They did. All the Pistons did make the All-Star game that year, but more often than not, Chauncey just wasn't one of those guys brung up. But then you seen Chauncey hit big shot after big shot, or orchestrating offenses, being the leader of the team, everything else, and just
That's
never
what it is.
that recognition.
I think that's what it is, though, bro.
Yeah.
Their games aren't sexy. You know what I'm saying? They're not ridiculously crazy athletes. They both play within a system and execute it flawlessly.
Everything
They win.
is marketable. Are you marketable? Are you
Marketable? Right.
just business?
Right. 100%. Let's talk about real quick about the Sixers and Knicks. I've been hearing everybody been talking about Sixers, Knicks. I'm gonna tell you something, bro.
Fair to me.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. I keep seeing this, and I have to admit it. I have to give credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
I had not been a Jalen Brunson fan for a long time. Now, part of it was because of what he did to Michigan State. It wasn't Michigan. Villanova beat us. I think it was Michigan. They beat us in the college championship the year before he came out. He had short hair. He had the Dallas Mavericks cut. He had this little post game, and I'm like, he's bullying our guards. I think it was Michigan State. I can't remember. Y'all in the comments help me out. Who do we play? But I'm just thinking, man, he's just doing this to these little guys in college, man. He ain't really doing this in the NBA. This dude, bro, I don't know how he does it, but this dude is just super. He's just a good basketball player, man. I mean,
he's a smart basketball player.
He's smart. I mean, I appreciate him because he's a lefty and he's an undersized guy, like this guy right here. Mm-hmm. I appreciate that part of it. I just didn't expect him to be able to sustain this.
Yeah.
You know, every time I watch him play, I'm like, all right, is this gonna be the series? Is this gonna be the game where he kind of folds, but where he shows he can't be a number one on the contender? Is this gonna be the game? Is this gonna be the series? And he just keeps delivering, bro. I gotta give it to him.
I just want to see him. Yeah, he's tricky. You're right, and be well. He's smart, man. He's gonna play to his disadvantages.
He's tricky.
I just want to see him against a real premier guard in these playoffs. You know what I'm saying? He ain't doing that yet.
True.
It's coming. You know what I'm saying? Is he really coming in the East, though?
How do you feel about Tyrese Maxey?
Tyrese Maxey's nice, bro. I'm not on to Tyrese Maxey, you know, is the next greatest thing.
No.
He's good.
Yeah,
he's good. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking about the elite level guards.
Right.
You know, and that's what I want to see Brunson go up against. You know, some of them guys that's going to use his size to their advantage.
Okay. Right.
Tyrese Maxey is young bull right now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Who is he going to face in the East, though?
Brunson? You still got D. Mitch.
Yeah.
You got Hallie.
Nah, not Hallie. Hallie's taking advantage right now because it was dragging Hallie on the net before, you know, the injuries occurred. They was dragging that man because he wasn't playing too well. You know, he's taking advantage right now. So
you got said Cade. You got D. Cade.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Yeah.
Cade to beat him at all 3 points of the courts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Box, wherever you want to put it. So
hey, speaking of Cade, guys, I'm gonna share something anonymously from a trusted source when it comes to Cade Cunningham and how he's viewed around the league. Listen up. This is a very credible source. Guys in the NBA are afraid of Cade Cunningham. This is what I'm being told. They are afraid of Cade Cunningham. They are not as afraid because, as we mentioned earlier, he doesn't have a team. But when he gets it, guys are going to be afraid. That's what I have been told, right? I wanted to say that because I thought about it last week. I didn't mention it. But you don't have to question the source. That's all I'm going to say. But the guys in the NBA are afraid of Cade Cunningham. They know how good he is.
Everybody.
I just wanted to throw y'all some encouragement because I know it doesn't look like it right now.
Yeah.
But
everybody, if half of one of the lobes in their brain works, you know what I'm saying, in a basketball sense, common sense, just watching Cade should tell you, yeah, I think we need to get ready for this guy.
Yeah.
And because once he do get the team, everybody watching knows he doesn't have the team, right?
Right. Facts.
And so they talk it all the time, especially media. Be like, who was all of those guys over there with him? Saying there's a bunch of bums over there. They say that all the time, right? Even though we don't have a bunch of bums, we just got a bunch of young players. Our team isn't ready yet. We don't have the veterans. We're missing pieces.
Right.
But when he gets that,
yep.
Because you're not going to stop him.
Right.
When he gets that,
watch out.
Your ass is grass.
Watch out. Watch out.
Because like he can kill you from the mid, or he can kill you from the 3-point line, bro.
Everywhere. I mean, I think you could be right about this because these two together would have been absolutely insane. So I just wanted to throw that out there to y'all. Very, very trusted source. Don't think twice about what I'm saying. That's all I'm gonna say. But
I tell you what, NBA, y'all seen that Lions drafting y'all. I think y'all should let us win, bro. I think y'all remember the Pistons fan base in the Palace of Auburn Hills. I think we can bring some money to your league. Bullshit with the goddamn lottery.
Right.
Saying quit the bullshit, bro.
Yeah, have anybody seen what's happening downtown? Okay, anybody in the comments, who was downtown for the draft? Y'all let me know if y'all was downtown for the draft. Me and King were. We had a crazy time this past weekend on so many levels. But we destroyed the record for the NFL draft weekend, right? For a city, 775,000. I think number 2 was Chicago with 300,000.
And that's a guesstimate because they said that was the people that they could count within the confines. They said they think it was close to 300 and something thousand down there every day.
Every day. So that's 3 days. You're looking at close to 1 million total. Not even second wasn't even close, wasn't even half. So they need to figure out that this is a cash cow right now. What I'm saying? This is the time. It's hot. This is it. So I'm not expecting to have the 5th pick in the draft next year. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm just not.
By the way, representatives from other leagues were downtown.
Yeah.
I think that.
Yeah.
So they seen that.
Bro.
When it comes, there's a mark. It's a huge mark. I think you woke up a sleeping giant with this draft. You know what I'm saying? There's a market here that's ready. It's just these leagues, they need to, you know what I'm saying? So speaking of downtown.
Man. Well, we come to that. So shout out to everybody who was there. I wish y'all should have tapped in with us. Next time we're down there, if there's ever a game, tap in with us, y'all. Because like we always say, we like linking with y'all. You know what I'm saying? You can see Diz was downtown. Marvin was there. Luke Breed, shout out to you, bro. Yeah, everybody who was down there, man. Shout out to y'all for showing up and showing out because we all played a part in demolishing that attendance number. So yeah, downtown came in from Houston. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, it was crazy in B-Well. So yeah, we were downtown. And it was insane. King and I had a chance to we got invited to a private event from Mr. Ty Hopkins. You guys probably have heard of him. Detroit ambassador, doing his thing, destroying the game right now. He has his own clothing brand and many other things that he's doing right now. He had an event, and we were lucky enough to be invited. And we had some. It was a great time. It was a great time. It was a lot of notables that were there that are connected to the Pistons and just connected to the Lions and everybody else you can imagine. So, Ken, I think you had some pictures that you want to. I'm gonna throw these pictures up here. Here's Jalen Rose.
Yeah.
Who else we have here? Ty Hopkins, my boy King right here, making all of us look short. And here's Lamar Woodley for you guys who Pittsburgh fans, who NFL heads, who might know who that is. Play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hey, King Wasada baby, who pulled up. That was a pretty dope picture. King was extremely happy, as you can see.
That's my dog.
Yeah. Sino was there. Chef Geach, got a chance to meet him. He makes Pistons anthems. And hopefully we'll get a chance to work together on something, myself and him. Jalen Rose, that dude is so tall. He looks so small. Sada baby, yeah, y'all know what's going on. So it was a great time, man. We had a lot of fun. Antonio Gates, this is a different event from this past weekend. Jaden Ivey's father, who actually looked out for me for a different event for that different day, and Calvin Johnson, the one and only. So God, it was so many notables downtown, so many people downtown that we got a chance to run into and meet. DJ Mo Beats, who's Big Sean's producer, got a chance to meet him. Big Sean, by the way, shut down downtown with his free show. King always get mad. But,
listen. If you ain't noticed in these pictures, like for instance with Tom Hopkins, see Tom Hopkins' face.
That's you, huh?
Tom Hopkins' face. You see Tom Hopkins' face. If you're an old schooler from the city, you know what I'm saying? We don't smile in pictures. We Detroit mug in the picture. Old school for a lot of y'all young cats. It's called Detroit mugging. We ain't in there showing all our teeth and shit. We Detroit mug. You know, Tom Hopkins is consistent when he is. He got it even deeper than I do. He had the same face in every picture, bro.
Every picture, bro. Every picture. Yeah. I don't. Yeah, that's what he notorious for that. And see, he light skinned too. So you know what I'm saying. It's just a dark skin thing. You know, so you always trying to call me out. But no, we had a great time. So everybody who showed up, a shout out to y'all. Yeah, man. Yeah, that was pretty much all I wanted to get to. Anything else you wanted to tap into before we kind of call it? Anything else in the comments y'all want to holler at? Y'all want to talk about before we call it? Let me check on these scores. I know there's probably some games on right now.
Yeah, most definitely some. It was on and starting.
Yeah, let's check and see what's going on real quick. Let's see what the landscape is looking like.
I'll be laughing, Marvin, man. It's the truth. You heard Icewood. Put a slug in Detroit mugging. That's what he means. Detroit mugging.
Facts. No, facts, yeah. That's the thing. It's really a thing. The Knicks are up right now in Philly. Fourth quarter, 6 minutes left, 80-77. So they're probably gonna close them out.
Yeah.
And Orlando, Cleveland's up 48-47 on Orlando. Halftime. That's a good series. That's probably going 7. 7.
Good series, man.
Bro. Okay, so what is your matchup of the next any next series coming up? What individual matchup are you looking at? I'll tell you mine.
Mine's is, man, I can go up and down with the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. Murray Ant is, Joker against them bigs he about to go up against.
Yeah.
I'm saying I like a lot of those matches, man. That's gonna be a good series.
Man. Okay, so you kind of answered mine. That's mine. But I don't think it's gonna be Ant-Man on Jamal Murray. I think it's gonna be Jaden McDaniels. That's, to me, is gonna be the matchup because
and then KCP on Ant-Man.
He can't guard that man. He's not strong enough. He's tall enough, but he's not strong enough. He's not quick enough laterally either. He's a little older.
That's too, because Ant-Man been using the 15-footer. You trying to bring that
midi. Yep.
Midi game.
So I think that's my matchup. I want to see because McDaniels is one of the best defenders in the NBA already, and he's long. That's how you stop guards. You put a long wire guy on. So I want to see how Murray is able to navigate that, because if they can disrupt that pick and roll, now you're forcing Jokic to become a scorer, and that's what you want. So that's what I'm looking at. What's yours? Did you have a particular one? Somebody mentioned one I thought was interesting in the comments too. If not, we'll get to it. No biggie.
Nah, not really.
So I'm looking at this one. This is interesting too.
Yeah.
That's gonna be interesting because I feel like Cat's going to win that matchup. I feel like Cat's the better player, especially offensively. But AG's energy is going to be a problem, I think. His offensive rebounds, he saved Denver a few games with his offensive boards against the Lakers. His activity, I think, is going to be very important against Cat. If he can frustrate him, that's going to be something to watch. He's not as tall, but he's every bit as strong. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. You said what?
I was thinking about Mikal Bridges, man. Pistons, boy. I'm thinking about other stuff right now.
Okay. Okay. One more, and then I want to get to what you think about.
Go ahead.
Joker versus Cat. That's another one. I think that one's. I don't know if they're going. I don't think they're going to guard each other.
It's up to Cat.
Right.
Cat. Sometimes he'll disappear. Like against certain play. When it comes to bigger guys, man, I just feel like Cat sometimes disappears. You know? For instance, like odd matchups. For the true Pistons fans in here that watch all Pistons for games, do y'all remember how when Cat played Drummond used to always whoop Cat ass?
Every time.
Every single time, bro.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't think Cat's gonna be on Joker either.
Yeah.
It depends on Cat, bro.
Yeah. Nas Reed, we talked about him before. Nas Reed versus Gordon. That's interesting too. Nas Reed. That's
and Nas Reed stretched the flow.
Right.
Interesting.
41%. Yeah. 41.
That's why I want him in the Pistons jersey.
That's what we said last week. Before this year, he hadn't shot above 35%. This year, 41. Let's go, Stu. Come on, Stu. I believe in you, bro. All right. A few more things and we'll get out of here. No love for I got plenty of love for SGA. I love SGA. Yeah, great player, bro. He's another one of those guys that kind of came out of nowhere with no fanfare.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man.
He's another guy that suffers from market. You know what I'm saying? He's not advertised like he should be.
Right.
You have to really be a basketball watcher. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're outside of OKC, bro, you're not really, keeping up with him like that.
Yeah.
So
I think that's a big part of it. I think part of it too is that his game is not. Once again, it's not sexy. He's not a jump out of the gym athlete. He's not a dead-eye shooter. He's a mid-range assassin who's crafty and knows how to use angles to get to where he wants to get. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a technical player. Because you think about KD and Russ. When they were in OKC, they got way more fanfare than this. You know what I'm saying? So I think part of it is just his game.
Yeah.
Isn't sexy. But does that change the fact that he's one of the best players in the league? Top 5 players in the league easily? Maybe even top 3? No. Boy's a hooper. Straight up and down. So OKC's getting slept on. They get slept on. They are.
They do.
They are. So we'll see. But yeah, SGA, he a beast. No question about it. LeBron versus Bronny. I'm not sure what that means. But yeah. We'll see, man. We'll see. Everybody in the comments, I will be getting my hat next week.
Oh God, no, you won't.
I'm getting 2 hats. I'm gonna get the Bad Boys hat, and I'm probably gonna get an old school throwback electro boat. The boat.
It'll be a tie.
You said what?
It'll be a tie.
It'll be a tie. So okay.
It'll be a tie. Man, the Mavericks ain't about to beat nobody.
You crazy?
They going home.
All right. You already lost one. If you want, we can cut it here and cut your loss at 1 if you want. And we Nah, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. It's a good series. It's a good series. So we will check back in with y'all next week to see how this played out this week. Anything else you wanted to throw in here, King, before we get out of here, bro?
No, that's it, man. We touched on everything that's touchable, pretty much.
Yeah. Pause. So. Yeah, shout out to all y'all, man. Shout out to everybody popping in. Shout out to AB. As always, I'm going to shoot you a text, bro, when we get off here and tap in. Everybody else who popped in, man. Appreciate y'all. New music coming for next season, Pistons and Lions. We're going to talk some Lions, too, soon. Me and my dog, King. Yeah, that's coming. That's going to be fun.
And for the Lions fans that's in here watching, get yourself ready because I'm almost done with the Terrion Arnold and the Rake Straw video, both of them together in this review. So get ready.
I'm watching that one. For sure. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. We will tap in with y'all a week from today or somewhere around there. All right. I'll let y'all in the next one. Share with everybody.